Put your hands on your hood. Good start. Maybe we'll get a cotton ball soon. So, with Miss Underwood in social studies class, what have you guys been doing? Who can tell me, Jeff?
We've been learning about communities.
Communities, right? But not just any community. You're making your own community, right? Yeah, you've been making your own community. So far, what did we do so far? You started with, Thea?
You started with your uniforms for the jobs in your community.
Ooh, we did jobs in our own community. George, what else?
Making our own school.
You made your own school already. Sandra? What did we do last time?
We choose the country that our community will be and
True.
then how many people is in your community.
Yeah. Do you remember the word on the top of the page? Aiden?
Demographics.
Demographics. Demographics is who lives there, what kind of people, how many people, right? Today, in your community, you're going to learn, or you're going to add some rules. Who knows that word? If you know the word rules already, raise your hand. You should all raise your hand. You know this one. Super easy, right?
Yeah,
So-
from social studies.
Yeah. So you're going to make your own rules for the community. But before we do that, who can read me the essential question? Robert, can you read me the essential question?
Essential question.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
What is a rule and why are rules important to follow in a community?
Thank you, Robert. Can everyone read together now? Ready, set, go.
What is a rule and why are rules important to follow in a community?
Who thinks they can answer that question? It's okay if you can't. So, we're actually going to talk about that a little bit later. Before we talk about rules, we're going to do a little bit of a review. With Miss Underwood, did you already learn about community?
Yes.
So, what is a community? Who can tell me? Before you tell me, I want you to turn and talk to a partner and discuss the answer, okay? Ready, set, go. Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes on me. Ella, what is a community? That sounds like a perfect answer. Ella said it's a group of people who live and work. The most important word, though, was the last word you said. What was the last word you said, Ella? Together. Who else wants to give an answer, though? That's a great answer, Ella. Who haven't I called? Enzo?
It's where people also help each other.
Yeah. People help each other. They live and work together and help each other.
A citizen that belongs to a community.
Oh, you're going a little bit ahead. You're right, though. A citizen belongs to a community. One more, and then we're going to move on to Margaret. Next one, Thea.
In a community is a place where people can meet together or they can live for work. It's part of our society.
Yeah, exactly. This is my definition. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Who wants to read this one for me? Let's go. Austin, can you read it for me?
A community is a group of people who live and work together. There are many different types of communities to which people belong.
Thank you, Austin. Ella said it exactly. The first sentence. A community is a group of people who live and work together. There are many different types of communities, right?
I said there are more words.
Yeah, exactly. Some can be really, really big, but some communities can be really small. So we're going to do a little activity. You ready?
Yes.
So you have to spot the truth. See those little minions right there?
Yeah.
There's two sentences. One of them is true, and one of them is not true. Okay?
Okay.
When you find the truth, do you see the minions below that?
Yeah.
So I'll read the first one this time. The first sentence says, ready? A town is an example of a large community. Maybe true, maybe not. A playground is an example of a community. So, if you think this first one is the answer, is true, you have to just sit down and look all tired like this. Just like the minion. If you think this one is true, just like the minion, you need to stand up like this. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. Everyone sitting down? So you all think this is the truth?
Yes.
Thea, why is this one the truth? A town is an example of a large community.
Because towns are sometimes can be big or small.
True.
Like you said.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But why is it a community? Why is it a community, Sunwoo? Yeah. Shinwoo, sorry.
Are urban.
Sorry, Shinwoo. Why is a town a community?
It's because a town is full of, it's a group of people living together,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not that they all live in the same house, except they is like in the same town.
Yeah, okay. I know what you're saying, Margaret. What do you think?
Because a town is a place where people work and live together.
Exactly. It's that simple. Everyone has to work together, even though, are you friends with everybody in your town?
No.
But you share the same rules, right?
Yeah.
You have to live in the same community. Who's making noise? Just keep listening. Who can tell me why a playground is an example of a community? Is not an example of a community. Jungsi?
Because they don't live in the playground.
Who lives in the playground? Raise your hand.
I
No, you do not. Do you live with people in the playground? No.
I saw
Some people do.
Eyes on me?
I
Let's keep being full body listeners, okay? Yes, you don't live in a playground. You don't share a playground. Does everybody go on a playground?
No.
Do you think Miss Underwood and Mr. Bachiochi go to a playground and live there? But it's not a community, right? Alright. Let's move on to the next one. Looks like everyone got that right. If everybody gets this one right, I'll add a fuzzy to the middle. You ready? Spot the truth. Who can read me the first one? Ella, can you read me the first one?
To help my community, I can go swimming.
To help my community, I can go swimming. Or, Ella, can you read the next one too?
To help my community, I can pick up trash that was left.
Go swimming.
So, I'm going to count to 5, and I want you to make the position and face of the minion, which is the true statement. So, if you think going swimming helps your community, make a really sad face. If you think picking up trash helps your community, I want you to put a thumbs up. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Thumbs up 7.
Too easy?
Yeah.
Of course picking up trash.
Yes.
Why is going swimming not helping the community, Austin?
Because you're not really doing anything to help the community. You're just thinking about yourself.
What a perfect answer. Who agrees with Austin's answer? That was such a good answer. Good job, Austin. Thea?
When you go swimming, sometimes the drains lead to a sewage, and you're just wasting clean water.
Okay. I guess maybe that's a good answer, yeah. Maybe it's bad for the community to go swimming. That's an opinion. That's a good one.
I have a good one.
Wait, one more person. I think I'm going to give everybody a fuzzy ball, the classic fuzzy ball, because everyone's still sitting nicely, everyone's raising their hand. Leo, what do you think? Why is going swimming not helping the community?
Because everyone won't, the swimming won't help your community because the swimming is just for relaxing yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
But some people in your community hate swimming.
Exactly. Great answer, Leo. You know what? Everyone's doing so well, I'm going to add one.
Yeah.
As long as we keep doing it. Now, let's move on to something else. I think community is too easy for you. One sec, Jeff. Next one. I think community is too easy. Next word. Who remembers what is a citizen? Who can tell me? Austin, no? What is a citizen? People that live in a community. People that live in a community?
I think it's a person that lives in a community that helps is in a
Ready, set, go. A citizen is someone who is in charge of the force. I think so. Or a citizen can belong to many different communities. So, if you think the first one's true, you gotta stand up and put your arms up. If you think the second one is true, you gotta make that face just like the minion. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Uh-oh. This one's a little more difficult. Wait, it's okay. Jeffrey, why do you think this first one's correct? A citizen is someone who is in charge of the court.
Because basically, if you first are a citizen, but then later in time you might become in charge of the court. Because
I know what Jeffrey's saying. So Jeffrey's saying, don't be loud. That's not funny to laugh. Jeff is saying, he makes a great point. He says you start off as a citizen, but maybe someday, if you're in charge of the court, is someone who's in charge of the court still a citizen?
No.
Yeah, of course. Who's in charge of the court? Who can tell me?
judge.
Don't shout out answers.
That's what I was just saying.
Ethan, why are you not sitting? Oh, sorry. Yeah. A judge is in charge of the court. Is a judge a citizen?
Yeah.
But Jeffrey, I have a question. Do all people in charge of the, or are all people that are citizens judges?
No.
Are you a judge?
That's a
Is
judge.
Austin a judge?
I.
Am I a judge? No.
No, but both of them are kind of friendly.
But who can tell me why
Yeah.
a citizen can belong to many different communities, or a citizen is someone who is in charge of the court? Who can tell me why that is wrong? Thea?
It's because citizens are wait, I couldn't really hear you.
Yeah, I understand. Why is this the wrong answer? Why is a citizen is someone who is in charge of the court wrong?
Because not everybody can be in charge of the court.
Exactly. So, yeah, exactly. It's a good answer. Robert?
I'm Becky.
Huh?
I just found it.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Robert. Alright. So, who is sitting down? Raise your hand. You are correct. That is the truth.
Yeah.
Austin, Ethan, you can sit down now. So a citizen is someone who is in charge of the court is not correct because not all citizens are in charge of the court. That's a judge, right?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Good job, though. Jeff, you made a good point, though. One more. Let's move on. Let's move on. That's awesome.
Did you say you just make the face because I made the movement?
Oh, that's okay. Let's just move on. Don't worry. Don't worry. What is a responsibility? At this time, I want you to turn and share with your partner. Ready? You can join in with Shilu and Elliot, okay? Let him join your partner. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes on me. Who can tell me, what is a responsibility? What haven't I called in a long time? Enzo, what is a responsibility? It's a big word.
A responsibility is like what you're supposed to do, or like you have to do it every day.
It's something you're supposed to do every day. Is he right? Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a great answer. Robert, what do you think? Good job, Enzo. Hands down. We have to move on. Now, we're skipping that one. Now, today we're going to talk about rules. Who can tell me what a rule is? We all know that word. It's super easy, right? But what is a rule? Someone new. What do I call that? Leo, what is a rule?
It is the rule for the whole community to follow, like not throwing the trash away.
Okay, yeah. You give me a good example.
Rules that are important because they can.
Yeah. So rules are important. I like what Leo just said. I am going to put a fuzzy ball right here because a lot of people are still moving around and making sounds when other people are talking. That's not a responsible thing to do. Now, Leo gave us an amazing answer though. He says rules keep us safe, right? What else do rules do? Ella?
A rule is something that people make to follow.
That's a great answer.
Like a lot, but like it's something
Okay.
to follow to the person.
Amazing answer. One more person. Ethan.
A person
Keep going.
that must or must not do.
Okay. That's a great answer. This is my answer. Who wants to read it for me? Let's all read it together. Ready? Set, go.
A rule is a law or we will make
We all know what a rule is, but this is the most important thing that Leo said and a lot of you already said. Rules are important because they make us, ready? Safe. That's what Leo said. Great answer. They also make us
Happy.
Don't you think if everyone follows the rules, everyone's happy?
Yes.
Not all the time. You're not always going to be happy, but it helps us be happy. Rules keep us, ready?
Healthy.
Who said healthy? Austin, good job. Rules keep us healthy. How do rules keep us healthy? Who can give me an example? Austin?
Like, rules, like, they keep us healthy by, they don't throw trash or smoke into the air because it's pollution.
And it keeps us healthy. And it keeps, just like Austin said, it keeps the world clean. Now, we got to move on a little bit faster. If you don't follow the rules, have you guys heard this word before?
Yes.
Who can say it? Ready? Consequences. If you don't follow the rules, there will be consequences. We'll talk about that another time. Now, we're going to skip this spot, the truth. When you go back to your chairs, do you remember the packet we've been working on?
Yes.
You're going to make your own rules for the community. You need to pick the 4 rules, Thea. Yeah, I'll take this one away. You need to come up with the 4 rules that you think are most important for the community. Before we do that, yes, Ella, quick.
You put it back in the bag.
I'll put it back in the bag. Thank you, Ella, for being honest. That was very responsible. Now, let's brainstorm some rules. Before you go back, you're actually going to work in pairs today. You're going to have a partner, which I chose for you. You don't get to pick. Let's brainstorm some rules. You ready?
Yes.
Who can tell me this first rule? This one's so easy. I gave you some pictures. Huh? Who can tell me this rule?
Oh.
George.
No riding in the grass.
Oh, yeah. You shouldn't ride a bike in the grass. But what's the more important rule? I'll give you a hint.
I know. Oh.
Ellie.
You have to wear helmets while doing those kind of sports.
Who agrees? Go with this. You need to wear a helmet when riding on a bike. That's an easy rule. Next one. Who can tell me this rule? Jinxie. Jinxie.
No, throwing trash on the ground.
Do not litter.
How do they?
This is an important one, right? Next one.
How dare they put birds on?
How dare they do that? Shinru. I can leave the screen up when you're working on the rules. Remember, you have to create 4 rules you think are most important. Look at this one. Do not steal. Don't drive too fast. This one is very important.
Don't yell.
No fighting, Jill. Now, I am going to help you do numbers 1 and 2 because they're super hard. Okay? But we got to do it together. I'm not going to give you the answer. When you get your packet, this is going to be number 1. We'll do it right now. Number 2, and then you're going to do all of the rules with your partner. Okay? If you understand, put your hands on your head. But first, let's do number 1. How are decisions made in your community? This is citizens have a, what was it, George?
Election.
Have an election to choose who makes the rules of all the citizens?
No, city
Who do they have an election for?
council.
I'm just going to say to choose leaders who make,
Constitution.
oh, we can talk about constitution another time, who make rules.
That's a lot.
When you go back to your desk, I want you to fill out number 1, okay? You can make your own answer too, but make sure you use words like election and citizens. Now let's do number 2 together. Who enforces the rules? Oh, wow, we know this one. The rules. It could be judge. It could be government, like Leo said. It could be, who else? Mayor.
Council. Constitution.
Austin.
Police. Ballot.
Oh, ballot? That's not a person. That's like a vote you do. So you can choose police, judge, president, mayor, government. Eyes on me. You can pick which one, or you could list a bunch of them, okay? Now, when you go back to your desks, you need to fill out 4 rules too. I did the first one for you. This is really important. Eyes on the screen. Do you see where it says rule number 1?
Yes.
On your paper, do you see this line I made? That's not going to be there. So I want you very neatly. Don't go like this. I want you very carefully draw a line through the middle of the box. On the top part, you need to write a rule. What was my rule? Who can read the rule I put down first? Ella? Do not litter. That's an easy one. I think it's one of the most important rules, so I chose it as my rule number 1. But on the bottom, we're not done. You have to say, this is important because... Who can give me the answer? Let's see, who's sitting quietly? George.
It's not polluting the world. Environment.
I like yours.
I know.
I'm going to say it protects our...
Environment.
What a great word, George. George, I'm going to give you a golden ticket because George has been sitting quietly. He's raised his hand quietly every time and it's giving me a bunch of good answers. After class, okay? This is important because it protects our government. I wrote the wrong thing. Oops. What's the word again, George? I forgot.
Environment.
Environment. It does not protect our government.
Well, it kind of protects everything.
Sorry. Now,
I know environment.
when I call your name, I'm going to put you with your partner. You need to quietly grab your packet. Do you know what packet I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Flip to the rules page, and then you and your partner could grab a clipboard. You could sit at the back table. You could sit at the side table. It is not a race. If I see people fighting for seats, I'm going to make you go somewhere else. Do you understand? Let's be responsible classmates. Now, when I call your groups, you two can go and start. You need to fill out, remember, number 1, number 2, and then all 4 rules. If you're finished, I might have a little thing extra for you. Now, all right, Aiden, O, and Brighton. You two can go. You are a partner. You can sit anywhere together. You need to discuss which rules you think are most important. Remember what I said? Number 1 and 2 you can copy, but let me fill your own answer, right? Who enforces the rules? The board here. What for rules 1, 2, 3, 4? You need to figure out and make sure you draw a line. If you have questions, go ahead and chat. Go awesome. Thank you, Robert.
I saw she took some. Guys, stop.
Focus. I'm going to talk to Robert and Jeff.
I'm sorry. In fact,
Let's look at these pictures. Find your what? Your packet. Look in your folder. In your desk. You go look one more time. Alright, let's pick rules. How come nobody's wrote anything yet?
what?
Let's pick. Robert, I want you to... Alright, now Shimu, Leo, can you go over here on this corner? I sit here. I'm with Austin, Thea. I'm setting the timer for 10 minutes. 8 minutes. I'm setting the timer for 8 minutes. I want to see you guys almost finished by then.
Stop repeating me.
Austin, Thea, let's talk. You want me to? It's okay.
Thanks. Are you?
Robert, it's okay. Sit down.
Not I.
Now we go back here.
Spanking on other people's.
No, it's like
Stop it.
Jeff, Robert.